Hey guys, we have another unlimited Mount Whip event going on, and this one's before this month's God's Descent. So the button's up here for God's Descent, but it's not on yet. So for some people, that's going to be a pretty good thing that you're going to be able to get some more BR before God's Descent. Um, Definitely for that, you're going to want more attack, if anything, because with elemental attacks, I think from those bosses, it's definitely elemental attacks. So defense is not as important. So if you really care about PvE builds, you definitely want to think about HP and attack. And also block is pretty helpful as well in those types of things. If you're thinking about PvP improvement, you want to think about armor and attack, and endurance is good, but just not as important. For me, I'm thinking about definitely for going for some attack today. I have a ton of mount whips, even more than I did last time, which was already setting a record for me for how many mount whips I have. I have about 48k here. So at least like 20 to 25k of that was from the gem event, and then another 20 to 25k from the soul crystal exchange. So that's where the vast majority of the whips came from. Um, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to use these up. It's going to be a bit of an effort clicking all of this. I do train things by hand, and then I'll use an auto clicker for the collect button. So yeah, why don't we just get going on that? Wondering if there's anything else I should cover, but I think that's good enough for now. So I'm going to start out with intellect, and then go from there. Hey you guys, so a little less than 30k whips in, actually right about 29k of my mount whips used, and I just maxed out my intellect on my mount. I knew this was possible for it. I didn't know I was going to get it as soon as I did. I thought I would have to go through most of the event if I wanted to get all this intellect, but my plan was to just like go through all the whips that I had on me through intellect, and then and spend the rest of what I got back on armor and maybe a little endurance. But I didn't really bother to do the math on this, and turns out that I hit the max level on Intel, which is pretty cool. I knew that there were some other players who had done this that were like within 10 to probably actually more like 15k ish BR higher than myself. So there are people who are definitely maxing out these mounts, especially the intellect and armor usually first, and then you'll see them do the endurance. I'm definitely not going to max out endurance. Armor is actually maybe possible once I get the return. So that's pretty neat. This the where it says current max level is intellect. Yeah, intellect level is what mine would be at. So like here, you see the armor level. That's the armor that I have that I've put into my mount with whips, and then current max level is from all the mounts that you collect. So it's a little laggy loading these guys. So here, where does it say? It will usually say. So like here on Evil Alpaca, it will say the max attribute level +5. So each of these on the mounts will allow you to use more whips and train them up even more. So you want these so this Nether Rhino gives +10. And does the VIP mount? Yeah. So VIP mount gives 5. So things like if I can get the Nether Lichen at At Class Wars, it doesn't look like this one gives any plus attributes. But the more sylphs that you collect in general, the higher your max attribute level can go, and so you'll be able to train more whips. For players, for lower cash players, or just even up to like as much as like a medium high casher, it's unrealistic to say that you're going to max out your mount anytime soon. So that's not really a worry. But for definitely more invested, particularly financially invested players in the game, these are things that people can think about. Uh, I don't know if Evil Unicorn gives increased max attributes. I can check. But I was thinking that this might happen at some point, and why am I doing that? And so that maybe I make the demonic civet once. So demonic civet adds plus 10. So what I could do is I could create this mount, even though I don't have enough of these things. Even they're in my mail right now, but I don't have enough of them. And or I can make a evil unicorn and during the mount whip event, and so that'll give me a chance to increase my mount more. I'm not sure that I get to keep those stats if I lose those mounts because they expire after 7 days, which drives me crazy. I don't know why anybody would make a non-permanent mount, but we have them. I mean, non-permanent other than the Class Wars prizes, VIP mount, things like that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I'm gonna start up armor now, and yeah, see where that goes. But this is a cool milestone for me, being able to max out one of my attributes. Alright, so actually getting really pretty close to maxing out my armor. Now just for the exchange, which is I think clicking the training is enough already, and I can collect 9,604 rewards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my trusty auto clicker. Um, this game is really, especially with these unlimited events, is overdue for a collect all button. Um, so I feel very little guilt just using an auto clicker to collect these. I have a very simple one that I found um, in the App Store, the Mac App Store, because I'm on, well, at least for my laptop, I'm using Apple, uh, and so it cost me like $3, but it's nice and simple. But there are definitely some nice free ones that anybody can get. I felt like the one that I had before was a little like overzealous and also would just randomly stop for whatever reason, so I couldn't just let the recording go. So yeah, just gonna start this up, and it's actually getting very close to the time where the TOK BRs are taken. So I'm just going to double check what my BR is. It's pretty easy in this game to manipulate your BR, and so right now what it's been doing is it hasn't been updating the 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 rankings recently. So the last update was on the 15th of July. But I'm just going to take a guess that everybody here, at least a few people, have been doing the whip event and have been doing some other stuff since that date for their BR. So where I really want to set this, what do I think is going to be safe? I'm guessing right around maybe 218 is a good place to be. So maybe, oops, so I don't want to sacrifice him. Let's see here. 218 without myself. Do I? I put in some astrals also to raise it, but I think 218 should be good enough. I'm just in about 15 minutes they're going to record the BRs, and um, I'm pretty sure my auto clicker will still be collecting at that time, so I just want to make sure it's right before I do that. Okay, so I think I'm good to go, and I'll just start. Hey guys, the collection is done, and let's take a quick peek. Alrighty, well, actually this time it came out quite nice in these nice little lines. So that'll be 48,000 soul crystals, and how many gem packs? A column is 8, I believe. So 9,600. Oh yeah, actually I remember seeing the number of times I collected is 9,600. So that's quite nice. So now if anybody tells you that you can't be productive while you play Wartune, just tell them that Ilya got 48,000 soul crystals and 9,600 gem packs and mount whips while eating a breakfast burrito and feeding 3 cats that don't belong to her. Let's see here. Oops. Come on. Beautiful. Alright, why don't we just leave it like that. Back to mount whips. Let's see how much it'll take. I should be able to max out this armor pretty soon. Alright, so as a helicopter goes over my place, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I just maxed out my armor, and so now I can go ahead with endurance, or maybe I can even finish up the strength, because it really bothers me that like it's halfway through. I think I just like had it in my head that maybe I should do a few and then accidentally did too much. But no, I'll go with endurance. It's not nearly as satisfying building up your endurance. It gives about 100, it does give exactly 100 HP from the whips, and then people with wings, you'll get a little bit extra, a little bit more than that just because of the wing bonuses. But yeah, endurance just doesn't give nearly as much BR, and for me, I think armor feels better, especially at least when defense really counts. Just because I think it's better to protect the HP you have than just have a lot of HP. That's not really the case for knights, because knights they have a nice passive that allows them to heal every time that they block, but mages don't have anything like that, and we direct heal ourselves, and so to me, it's endurance is not as important. The game makes it very clear to us that endurance is not as important for mages because they don't give us a passive that increases our endurance. I believe knights and archers, instead of getting an MDef increase, they get an HP one. Archers also get crit. So yeah, we'll build up the endurance, which is nice. It's just, yeah, it's not the greatest. Hey you guys, just a little bit of space issues with the recording. I let the collection go, and I don't think my computer was appreciating how big the file was getting. So just splitting it up a little bit and got my computer back together. Ended up doing some dailies, so now I have some nonsense in my bags. Let me figure out what why don't I just get collecting, and then and start this back up. Oh, actually, before I do that, I knew there was something I wanted to remember. Just to take my gear off. I am doing this recording in that window when I can take my gear off for TOK. So let's see here. What else can I do? Can leave the force on, and okay, stick weld destroyer there. Oh, maybe not the generation. Would it be better to leave willpower on? Oh, okay, that works. And that's not what I wanted to do. Sylph is off already. Okay. I think I covered things. Clothes don't matter for this. The TOK players already seem to have just like some infinite amount of rage, so I don't really do anything about that. But okay, now we can get back to regularly scheduled program. Yeah. Oh, there are some whips that I didn't do yet. So. Hey guys, sorry, I think it's my computer that's going crazy, but my recording keeps on dropping out. But I just wanted to show the kind of final tally of what I got out of this event. So I trained exactly 60,200 times. So that's how many soul crystals I would have gotten back, and then divide by 5. So it's about 12k or so gem packs, and same for the mount whips that I got back, but can't really see those in my bags because they were used for the training. So this is what I have left. I'm probably going to get like a couple more from this event by the end of it, but no stragglers. Okay. But yeah, but other than that, I'm not going to cash whips or anything like that. At this point, they just seem to be accumulating more and more. So yeah, now I have to think about the next soul crystal exchange if I really want to do it all for whips, because I probably will get close to maxing out my endurance. I know that I haven't really worked on that for a while, so yeah, so it's like another 1600 to go, but I might have to think about exchanging for rune stones, which runes are not very interesting to me, but strength isn't very interesting to me in the mount either. So I'll definitely have to think about that and maybe do a little math to figure out what I want to do there. But otherwise, it was a great event. Sorry I can't show what my BR differences were. Well, actually, well, do I want to put all my gear back on? Okay, we can take a quick peek at my BR. What it is right now. Just strip after this recording is done. Oh, come along. My astrals are just all over the place right now. I feel like there's one too many here. Oh, there's a brilliance. Percentage astrals, I don't have to worry about. They don't give BR anyway. And so let's say with with this. This is my newest refined sylph, who I've named Squimingo because I think it looks like the love child of a flamingo and a squid. And so with her, I'm at 242k. Actually, almost 243k. And so that's when I'm thinking about it. Is that might be 13k? That sounds about right. Hand waving with my BR right now, and then with Hercules, almost 236k. So that's a really great BR jump. I'm probably going to use Aegis for Class Wars. I don't even know what to call her anymore because apparently they decided to call the refined version of Hades Gaia, which I find very strange. But this is probably going to be my Class War Sylph this week. Unless something dawns on me where I suddenly feel the need to use Hercules, which I don't think is going to be the case. So yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Especially since some of my competition amongst the top players, I thought I would be this whip event helped me probably a lot because I would not go as far to say as most, but at least a handful of them have a couple or maybe all their main mount stats, so intellect, endurance, and armor, already capped out, and so I got to take full advantage of the Mount Whip event, whereas they might have not been able to get as much BR from this event, which will be the case for me, where other people in future months will be able to catch up to me in BR because I won't be able to do as much here, but at least for this month, it gave me a small advantage. So pretty pleased about that. But yeah, there's the Mount Whip event. It's always a little bit exhausting. I feel like between between all the clicking and the waiting, I forget half the things that I wanted to say during these videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys had a really awesome whip event. Let me know what you got back from all of your stuff. You know, it's great when any player gets to hoard up and feels like their numbers are really good. It doesn't really matter if you cash or not. It's always nice to be able to get a bunch of rewards back from patiently saving up stuff. So have a very good day and take care, you guys.